Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Zoe's Treasures. My name's Tracy, and I'm here with my husband, Noel. He's running those graphics and doing our cameras for us today. And today is our Timeless and Elegant, our Elegant and Timeless, whichever way you want to say it, show. Hello, Southern Charm. And we are doing $4.50 max shipping. So everything in the auction tab starts at $1. There is stuff in the buy it now. So if you want to do some shopping outside the auction tab, the way we run our shows is I'm going to focus on pre-bids. We're going to run through all the pre-bids in order, and then we'll get to anything that does not have a pre-bid. We do go in order. If there's anything in the buy it now that you want to see closer, hello, Ranchan Finds. Anything you want to see closer from the buy it now, you let me know. I'm always happy to run and try to grab that. I'll just run it at that price if it doesn't get purchased outright. Good morning, Ross. And I do not have any Coke items today, but thank you for asking. So with that, we're going to jump right into it. We're usually on for about an hour and a half. We've got about 64 things to go through, and we'll just hit it hard and start working through them. So let's kick it off with one of my favorites today, which is a lavender Wedgwood piece. I think this is so beautiful. I don't see the lavender that often. So check this out. Absolutely gorgeous lavender with all of that white that we're used to for that Wedgwood Jasper wear. Look at how beautiful. Now we do have a little bit of sticker residue on here. I was working hard to get it off. I think if you put a little more elbow grease, you'll probably be able to get that last little bit off. I worked on it for quite a while. Look at how beautiful. We do have our Wedgwood mark down there on the bottom. Good morning, Christine. Hello. And there is the top, the woven basket. Welcome in. We're going to go ahead and get this going. We like to do 10 seconds with a 3-second refresh. And that is up and running. Again, remember, shipping is $4.50 max. That is all you are going to pay today. Thank you so much for your bids. And Shalom, that's heading to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I do not know why my label's not printing. Oh, there we go. All right, I was waiting for my label to print out. Next up, we have some candlesticks. These ones are copper and brass, so you get the best of both worlds on these ones. Look at these beauties. Oh, let's see if I can get it without breaking stuff. That might be a... All right. Y'all, I got to give my husband credit. He sets up everything for me back here, and he arranges it just so pretty. But check these out. These are in great shape. Very, very little patina on them. Absolutely beautiful. You have your brass, and of course you have your copper tops and bottoms on these. They are so pretty. They do stand, did I put measurements, 10 inches tall. You've got double tapers on both of them. Absolutely stunning. They almost look like musical notes to me for some reason. I don't know about you guys, but to me they look like musical notes. They are up and running. You're going to get both of those. Excuse me. Thank you for your bids. Brass is back in. It is a thing right now. Royal Teacup with the first purchase. Congratulations.
Thank you for your first purchase.
Next up, I put, thank you so much, Southern Charm. Ducks in the chat. When we get a first purchase, I always forget. Southern Charm keeps me on my toes, helps me remember. Ducks in the chat for first purchases. Let's go ahead over to this next piece. This is a Lenox piece, and I called it a salt cellar. It's a little bit bigger than a salt cellar. I think I was trying to figure out if it is or isn't. So you guys are going to have to let me know if you think this is a salt cellar. It is Lenox. Adorable. It's a swan. Swans are always adorable. They're so elegant. They fit perfect with your elegant and timeless theme. It is blue stamp Lenox, which the blue means it's a little bit older. It isn't. Okay. So it's a little bit bigger than a salt cellar. That's why I put the question mark there. But there you go. Absolutely stunning porcelain piece. You've got that blue Lenox stamp, which I've been told collectors like the blue stamp because it helps you put a time frame or an age on the item. We're going to get her running right now. It's a shot glass. There you go. You just pick it up and pour it out like that. I like that. That works. Thank you for your bids. Ranchan Finds, that is heading to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So if you've been in my last few shows, you know I've hired my daughter for shipping. She's supposed to be down here at 8 sharp to do shipping. She is not here yet. She is still asleep in bed. So we're giving her some leeway to see. You know, this is kind of, she's going to sink or swim. So I'm waiting to see. I'm kind of listening over here to see if I hear her come down here. And that's right. She doesn't get paid if she doesn't show up. But this is a good life lesson for her. Thank you, Shalom. She does a really good job packing. She is very conscientious of that. Okay, if she shows up though. This is really neat. So this is 2 pieces that I put together. So you're going to get, first off, this is a silver plated swan. So pretty. It has this hole down here. I'm sure it went to something. I have no idea what. But a butter pat, and we'll show you from the side, fits in there perfectly. So not only are you getting the beautiful swan, but you get this little butter pat, and I'll pop it out so you can see. The little butter pat that just sits right in there. How cute is that for a trinket dish? I think that's adorable. We're going to run it right now. And that's going now. Ranchan Finds, what are we trying to say? Help me out. Ranchan Finds, that's heading to you. Is that the codes for today? I wonder, I don't know.
Thank you.
You guys, if you are new to Zoe's Treasures, please, please, please go check those show notes. We do have coupon codes for those of you who have some of our rewards cards, for those of you who may be new to us and are just trying us for the first time. So you can get a little bit of savings on your first purchase with us. All right, how about black jasperware? I love black jasperware. It is so elegant. Now there is a call out. I did put it in the listing, so I am going to show you that call out. But let's switch over to this camera so I can show you up close. I mean, there is nothing more elegant than a black and white piece, right? It is so classic. It reminds me, what's that clothing store? White House Black Market, White, something like that. I don't know, it's a clothing store. That's what this reminds me of. But look at how beautiful that is. Now on the inside, we have a great, rims are perfect. How do you get it to show thank you on your screen? My husband has multiple cameras set up. So that's how we do it. We have multiple cameras. And then here is where the call out is. So then you've got the bottom here, and right here, we're going to kind of hold it up. You can see there is a little chip on the rim of that trinket dish right there. That is the only call out. When the lid is on, you can't see that.
She's a little bit spoiled.
We do have our Wedgwood marks down here. So it is original jasperware. And that's going to run right now. The teacup trap, thank you so much. Let's see. Oh, butter pats. You guys, we have a ton of butter pats. If you haven't noticed and you look through the auction tab, we have quite a few butter pats. I have been collecting them for this show. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Christine. We try. We try to run it smooth. All right, so this one is a set of 3 butter pats. Let me make sure I am grabbing the correct ones here. That is this set right here. All right, so we have 3. These ones are very thick. So these are the thicker, I do not know if they're ironstone, but they are the thicker, chunkier butter pats. They do measure 3 inches in diameter. Just making sure. Bishop and Stonier. Yep, that's these ones. So we have Bishop and Stonier. This one's in perfect shape. This guy has a little chip. I did put that in the description. We're going to show you up close, and then we have this one. Let's do it from the side camera. All right, so there you see it up top, and then I want to show you that call out from the side so you know exactly what you're bidding on today. All right, so this is what they look like. This is the one that has the call out. This is the only one with the call out. You'll see that little chip right there. All the rest of the other 2 are in perfect shape, and then there's your maker's mark on the back. And they all have the same pattern. So you are bidding on a set of 3 of them. Nice and thick, chunky butter pats. Thank you for your bid. And the junk in her trunk, congratulations. Hopefully you guys will see. I have been moving, and I talked about this yesterday a lot in my show, moving more and more towards trying to do things together in sets. I have a couple singular butter pats, but we're trying for the most part to put things together, give you a little bit better of a bundle package versus just one by one. Having said that, I do have 2 butter pats that are singular just because they didn't match anything else. All right, we have another Jasperware piece. This one is really pretty. This is your classic baby blue and white. And we'll get you up close here so you can see how beautiful this one is. Let me show you the top. So there's your picture on the top. It is in great condition. Show you the inside of that lid. No chips or cracks. And we have your trinket dish. And we'll flip it over. You have your Wedgwood marks on the back. Really beautiful piece there. We're going to go ahead and get that running. And that's going right now. Thank you for your bids. I appreciate that. Royal Teacup, congratulations.
Thank you.
Next is some milk glass. Milk glass is so classic. I love milk glass. I have a huge collection myself. This one actually isn't from my collection, but I have a piece very similar. But it is so versatile. You can dress it up for any holiday, any season. Look at this piece. I mean, how spectacular is this compote here? This is the old quilt pattern. It is a Westmoreland. We have your sawtooth top here. Of course, you've got that beautiful pedestal base. And that quilted pattern is so beautiful. Picture this at Christmas, filled with a bunch of red ornaments in there, or a little bit of twinkle lights. You could put fruit in it. I mean, so many uses for it. Absolutely stunning piece. It is 8.5 inches wide and 6 inches tall, so it is a good size, substantial piece of milk glass there. And don't forget, we only have $4.50 max shipping, so you're not going to pay any more than that. The junk in her trunk, congratulations. That is a gorgeous piece of milk glass coming your way.
Thank you.
Oh, that would be perfect for it. I like that use. Thank you, Southern Charm. You guys, is anybody here, just out of curiosity, familiar with Battle of the Best? It is a raid train that is on the last Sunday of every month. So I know Southern Charm is in it. She has a gorgeous, gorgeous 1908. I'm not sure if I'm getting the date right. I'm close. It's in the early 1920s. Hamilton stopwatch. You guys, this piece is absolute fire. If you want to check her out, check out Battle of the Best. It is open for pre-bids. If you like the Wedgwood, I am bringing a Wedgwood piece to Battle of the Best, and it is a very unique Wedgwood piece. So this show is tomorrow. This is the piece I am bringing. It is a sterling silver Wedgwood cameo brooch that is listed under my Battle of the Best show tomorrow at 12:30. It does come in the original box, and underneath there's the original paperwork that comes with it. So if you are a Wedgwood person, this is my Battle of the Best, and then Southern Charm has that Hamilton watch. And my husband, you guys, my husband wants this watch so bad, but you guys, please outbid him. Bid him up. He does not need to be spending any more money, and he is fighting tooth and nail to get that watch. So I encourage everybody to go and bid on Southern Charm's watch to outbid my husband. All right, let's go ahead and get back to our Wedgwood. Let's see. Oh, I think I already pinned it up there. All right. We have candlestick holders. Now, I have never had these. Yes, please outbid Noelle, please. I have never had these candlestick holders before, so I thought they were a little bit unusual just because I haven't seen them. You know, once you get around vintage and antiques for a while, you start to see some of the familiar things. These ones were new to me. And how neat is it that they are called the Dancing Hours column candlesticks? It looks like she is just flying through the air and just has like these radiant sunbeams coming down on her. I think this is so beautiful. These candlesticks, they are in such great condition. They both have that Wedgwood mark on the back there, on the bottom. That is what the bottom of them look like. And then they hold a taper size candle. So that is the size candle. But we're going to turn that back around and we're going to get that running for you. You're going to get both of them. They are 6 inches tall, so they're a good, decent size for candlestick holders. A unique addition to your Wedgwood collection. And thank you for your bids. And Royal Teacup, congratulations.
On its way to you.
Next, we have salt and pepper shakers. So you may ask, well, what's so elegant about salt and pepper shakers? They're pretty common, right? We see them in every single kitchen. But these ones are Irish crystal. They are Shannon crystal. And just look at them. They're just beautiful to look at. You don't even have to put anything in there. I would just put them on like a shelf somewhere and set them up. They are so gorgeous. They are, see if I can get them to ping. I don't know if I can. They're not pinging as much as I would like to hear them ping. But maybe if I took the top off, they would ping more. But they are so beautiful. We do still have the original stickers on the bottom. The tops are tiny, tiny bit of tarnish, but not much at all. Very, very little. So they are in wonderful condition. And they're running right now. I wonder if you can even put like cinnamon and sugar or something and have fancy, you know, like when you make cinnamon toast, have a fancy little station set up. The junk in her trunk. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, this next piece is pretty cool, you guys. Thank you for sharing the show. I appreciate it. Okay, this next piece is, let me find it. It actually had another piece on the bottom. It was long gone by the time I got it. But if you research it, you will see that this is used to be a music box. So down here on the bottom, this would sit on a music box that you would be able to wind and hear the music. But even without that, this is such a unique, fun piece to hang up somewhere. This is a porcelain bird in there inside a metal bird cage. The bottom base part where I'm touching there is porcelain, and then I think where it connected may have been plastic, I'm not sure. But how original and just unique is that? And it does have that hook, you can hang it on top of it, but that is a porcelain bird. I thought that was such a neat thing to hang up somewhere. Put a little touch of whimsy somewhere in your home. That's running right now. Thank you for your bids. And Jill with the first purchase, congratulations. Welcome to Zoe's Treasures.
Thank you for your first purchase.
Ducks in the chat, please. Thank you, Southern Charm. I will forget forever. You know me. All right. And you would think my husband would help me remember, but he doesn't. All right. I know. He put them in there. I'm just got to give him a hard time.
Put an emoji in the chat if you want me to yell and scream at her every time.
He's not going to yell and scream at me. But you know what he will do? He'll black out the screen and make me go invisible. But what he doesn't realize is then I can't sell anything. So, you know. Oh, there he goes. See? We're here. Don't worry. We didn't go anywhere. It's just my husband thinking he's funny. He's not as funny as he looks. Let me tell you that. All right. We have this gorgeous vase. This is so kind of granny core. I love the granny core, cottage core type feel and look to this. This is hand painted florals on here. Of course, you have the 3 feet. Everything's better with 3 feet. Let me, oh, I did pin it. All right. I'm going to turn it around there. You got flowers on both sides. You can have 2 flowers, or you can have a whole bunch of flowers, whatever your heart desires. That is the bottom of it. What does that say? Stasik? And I can't make out it looks like there was a mark at one point in time. And let me show you the top of what that looks like. It has been used as a vase. That's what it is. It is a vase. And it's going to run right now. And that's going. Thank you so much for your pre-bid on that. It is such a gorgeous piece. Oh, he's funny? You think he's funny?
Thank you,
Royal-
Idol Discounts.
Royal Teacup, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, I'm watching the time. The daughter still has not shown up. So yeah, I'm going to have an open shipping position pretty soon because she has not shown up yet. All right, let's go down to this. This is so neat, you guys. I fell in love with this piece. So, here it is. Look at this. This is Princess House. So you have this gorgeous, what looks like a candy dish, right? But let's show you from the top, because first off, there's a beautiful flower on top of this. Look at that flower, how pretty. And then you open it up and it's a ring holder. Check that out. You could take your rings off. You can slip it right on there. So you could put this next to put your rings on there, put it next to your kitchen sink. Nobody would ever even know your ring is in there. How neat is that? It is a beautiful crystal piece. We're going to go ahead and get that going. And I love the flower on top. And that's running right now. Let me put it back on here. You put it together, it just looks like a little trinket dish. And of course, oh, he switched the camera on me. I was going to show you the flower a little bit closer.
All right, go ahead.
There we go. Look at that. That is so beautiful. I love how it has that etched design on there. And Shalom, thank you so much. That's heading your way.
Thank you for sharing our show.
Thank you. I appreciate that for sharing. We have another Wedgwood piece here. So this is a singular Wedgwood piece, and this is a classic trinket dish. I mean, just standard. If you have a Wedgwood collection, you need some of these pieces that look like this. These are just I hate using the word just. I talked about that the other day in my show. Your classic Wedgwood. Looks like little cherubs in there. No chips or cracks. We have your Wedgwood mark on the back. Turn it around so you can see it from the top. And that is up and running. That is 4.5 inches wide from side to side there. Thank you for your bids. And a godsend with the first purchase. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your first
I
purchase.
appreciate you. Ducks in the chat. Look, I remembered you guys. Ducks in the chat for a first purchase. Only took me forever to remember, right? Okay, we have, coming up next, let's see, what are we moving on to? We have another set of Wedgwood. This time I put 2 of them together. They're both hearts. I felt hearts go together. So we're going to sell both of these pieces together. You get a little bit of variety. You get a green and a blue. So we have a blue piece, heart, Jasperware, and a green one. Let me show you those pictures up close because the pictures on them are a little bit different. So here you have the blue one. You've got that beautiful lady in there. And then you have your green one. You have like the courting couple type scene going on. They both have the Wedgwood. Would you quit? I'm going to like get on you, mister. They both have the Wedgwood marks on the back of them. And no chips or cracks. They're so pretty together, side by side. And they're running right now. They're gorgeous, aren't they? I love them. I like the heart-shaped. I just think that's kind of sweet. The teacup trap. Thank you so much. Next up, let's see. Oh, we have some butter pats. Okay, so they're, I did put in the chat that the holder has been repaired, and I will show you exactly where it is. Does not deter from these butter pats whatsoever. And my husband is very proud of these because he found these at an antique store when we were actually outsourcing with Southern Charm and her wonderful husband, Tim. So, and he wants me to tell you to make sure that the gold around the edges, it's 22 karat gold. So let's go ahead and look from the side so I can show you exactly where that repair is and what these look like up close. So up close, we have courting couple. Each butter pat has a different courting couple scene. They all have that gold rim. And it does say 22 karat, whatever I put in the description, what does it say? La Petite China. So you have that courting couple. You have another little scene here. So each one has a different courting couple scene. They are pretty pretty thick and chunky. They're 3.5 inches. And I'm going to take this last one out so I can show you the holder. All right, so then you have the holder here, which is pretty neat, but you can tell right here there has been a repair. So where this metal meets on the little foot, it has been glued back together. But that is the only thing with it. It is still in really great shape. It holds all of your butter pats in there. And of course you can switch out the butter pats if you wanted different ones. But you're going to get that whole little set. And that's running right now. I thought it was a pretty neat set. And look at how decorative the edges are. So pretty up there. Ranchan Finds, congratulations. That is going to you. I have a couple of 2 more sets of butter pats coming up that I thought I did something a little unique. I don't know. I probably copied it off of Pinterest somewhere. But let's do this one. We have 3 or 4 vintage compacts today. The first one we're going to do is this Max Factor compact. Let me just make sure I am picking up the correct one. That should be this one here. Yes. Let's just make sure it says Max Factor. It does. All right. So I'm going to show you this way because it's kind of tiny, so it's easier to see this way. I say tiny. You can see the size. It fits about the same size as my hand. But you have the Max Factor there. You open it up. Of course, there is nothing left on the inside. It does say Max Factor in the middle. The mirror is broken, so we do have a broken mirror. I always watch again. Oh, thank you so much, Ranchan Finds. And then, of course, you have the back of it there, and it does snap shut. So we're going to go ahead and get that guy going. And that's up and running. I came across an auction that had, I don't know, 4 or 5 different compacts, and I'm like, how neat is this? Some of these vintage compacts. I thought they were pretty fun. Grammy G, congratulations. That one's going to you.
Thank you.
And we're just I'm trying to focus on pre-bids. We're bouncing all around. I realized, did you guys know, I did not realize until today, it has taken me multiple shows to figure this one out, that when you click the pre-bid button on the computer, the way you have it numbered, they don't stay in order, which I did not realize until today. So I'm trying not to click that, but still focus on pre-bids. Okay, so how about a Delft candlestick holder? The best part about this thing, it has the thumb rest. I mean, come on. Whoever thought about this, put some thought into this. They're like, yeah, you need a place to put your thumb. It is Delft. Look at how gorgeous that blue and white is. We do have all the Delft marks on the back. Oh, is that the way it works, SS Vintage? Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure. I just noticed today was the first time I ever noticed that. Must have been a woman who designed it, yes. There you go. We do have some crazing, so you can see the crazing throughout. Those are not crack lines. That is crazing. And I'll show you from the top so you can see that they are not cracks. And it doesn't go throughout. It's just normal crazing. Definitely a vintage Delft piece. And that's going right now. I wish they would keep them in order, because there's a lot of us that number our items and put them in order on purpose, so I wish it would leave it that way. Royal Teacup, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's go to our next set of butter pats.
Good morning, SS Vintage.
All right, so I need to be careful when I hold this one. So this is another one that I put together. So I married these pieces. They're totally, you could take them apart completely, but let's see it up close. So first off, you have 3 butter pats of 3 different sizes, 3 different designs. So and you can see, look at this. They they go up in size. So you got the smallest, the medium, and then the larger one. They do range from 3 to 3 1/4 inches. So this is the first butter pat you're going to get. That is the back of it. This is the second butter pat, really pretty one. This is a little bit thinner. Thank you so much, Stormington. I appreciate that. Well, we try. And then this is the last butter pat you're going to get. J&G Meakin, made in England, is the last one. And then all 3 of those are set inside a porcelain napkin holder. that is from, it is a Nippon. So this is an antique napkin holder. And how neat is that? You put those 3 little butter pats in there, and it gives you a fun way to display your butter pats. So you're going to get that whole set. And that's running right now. And if you don't like them displayed in there, you can always take them and use the pieces separately. Reese's Vintage Pieces, congratulations. The only thing with this, I have to be careful
On
because
its way to you.
I just don't want to break. There we go. They do slide around, so that's one to be careful with. Let's do this swan. I absolutely, my favorite milk glass pieces are milk glass with the birds on top. I have quite a few. And this swan was I was so tempted to keep this one. But I had to bring it to the show because I just thought it was classic for this show. It is imperial glass. It is in wonderful condition here. I'm going to kind of run my fingers around the rims too, just to make sure again. But you have the swan sitting on the nest. It does look like we have a little flea bite right there. So you can see there is a little flea bite right where my fingertip is, right there. Other than that, no flea bites on there. And there's your base. It does look like a basket, like the swan is sitting on a basket. And she is really pretty, 4.5 inches long, so not a really big piece, just the right size. And she's up and running. Thanks for the bids. Wrench and Finds, congratulations.
Thank you.
I picked up the other day, you guys, I was so excited. I got the milk glass piece. It's a Westmoreland that has the eagle on top of it. It's a good size. It's about this big, and it has the eagle. That went straight to my collection. And then 2 days later, I found the milk glass with the lion on top of it. So I was super excited. I added 2 really cool pieces recently to my collection. And I have a rule. Every time I put one in my collection, I got to take one out. So the candlesticks that are coming up pretty soon are actually from my collection. And I got that rule from I Love Discounts. I learned from you with your glass rules. All right, let's do some crystal. There is nothing more classic and elegant than a piece of crystal or just any clear glass because they're so versatile. I don't know if you guys have been seeing all over Instagram, TikTok lately. There is a huge trend going around. I am keeping the lion. A huge trend where people are using clear glass throughout their whole home. I'm seeing so much of this lately. This one, listen to that. Beautiful crystal pedestal base here. This is the Denise pattern, Bohemian crystal, and it's mammoth, 12 inches side to side. Absolutely stunning piece. And I'll turn it to its side so you can see it. That is up and running right now. And if I pull it back, if we can get it in the camera all the way, look at that, gorgeous. And Melissa, congratulations, that's going to you.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Let's do this Jasper. I called it a jug, but jug just sounds so brutal. I don't know. I think it should be called a pitcher. A pitcher sounds more refined than a jug, but the official name is jug, so that's what we're going with. This one's really pretty though. It is that sage green. Who doesn't love a good green? Even if you don't really have a Jasperware or Wedgwood collection, but you're into green, this one would look wonderful. So you've got that gorgeous green, and wait till I show you the inside. We do have a little chippy right there underneath the rim. But other than that, it is in great condition. And then look at the inside. Look at how bright green that is on the inside. That will come off. That will wash off. I just didn't scrub it good enough. That is totally my fault that it was not scrubbed well enough. I should have done a better job. And that's going to run right now.
Good morning, Scuba.
That is up and going. Beautiful green. You guys, every time I type Wedgwood, the whole time I was trying to like set the show up, I spelt the word Wedgwood wrong so many freaking times. It's not even funny. And Carla, congratulations, that's heading to you. Good morning, Scuba Stevio. The Phantom. Where are we now? Oh, how about a set of 4 butter pats? Just watch. Oh, please. Thank you. You're going to make my head swell up really big.
Hey, good morning, Carla. What are you talking about? You're the professional.
Well, Royal Teacup, I did not know you were a friend of Millicent's. Anybody who's a friend of Millicent's is a friend of Zoe's Treasure. So welcome. Thank you so much for participating in your purchases so far. Appreciate it.
Good morning, Millie.
Hi, Millicent's. All right, we have 4 matching butter pats here, so you're going to get the whole set. Let's show you from the side. They are all the same here. Are you going to switch my camera for me? Thank you. All right. So no chips or cracks. I'm just going to run through them really quick so you can see if there's any imperfections whatsoever. I don't see any so far on those 2. That one looks good too. And so does this sweet little one here. So you're going to get all 4 of those. And they're running right now. Let's see if I can get them inside the camera view there. I know, the dance of impatience. Come on, come on, come on. Like a little kid, right? The stamp says Haviland, Limoges, France. Crick and Nix, thank you so much. I always say that wrong. I read it too fast. I appreciate you.
On its way to you.
And now, for this butter beautiful, how are they? So butter pats were actually a part of your place setting, and they would hold pats of butter. So every single place setting would get their own little butter pat as part of their place setting, and they would just put the little pat of butter on there, which I think is kind of cool. And so instead of having a big butter dish in the middle that everybody's digging into, you get your personal one, kind of like where you would get your personal salt and pepper shakers or other things like that. Speaking of, we actually have personal salt and pepper shakers coming up pretty soon, but we're going to do these saucers. So these are not butter pats. No need to pass the butter, right? These are saucers, but these are really cool because these were from Occupy Japan. So a little bit harder to get, of course, because there is no Occupy Japan anymore. You're going to get a set of 6, and they're different colors. There are a couple of call-outs, so I do want to show you. Let's go from the top so I can show all the different colors here. All right, so we have green. We have a little chip right there in front of my finger on the green one. They all do say made in Occupy Japan. It is going to be a set of 6 of these. You have blue. You get another green. You get this maroon. We have a reddish color. And then you get another maroon. So you're going to get a set of 6. We'll just separate it like this so you can see them side by side. Occupy Japan. And that's running right now. Ranchan Finds, congratulations.
Thank you.
Sometimes I just love the history of things. Like even though pieces could still be beautiful, just knowing like, oh, that was from Occupy Japan, I think is pretty neat. Just because those pieces are getting more rare, the longer we go on, it's getting more and more rare. All right, we have a singular butter pat this time. This one is pink and white floral. Let's see if I can read the back. I cannot. We'll show you the back of it in case you can make it out. You guys have the ability to zoom, but it is really, really faint there, so I can't make out what that one says. Maybe you can. That is the maker, though. Is it upside down? So there it is. Hopefully you guys can read that. I can't quite make it. It's pretty faded. And then this is the front of the butter pat. 3.5 inch diameter. So this is at the top range. This is the very top like size for a butter pat. Would be 3.5 and still be an original butter pat. 46. We're going to get to that really soon. We are running pre-bids in order, but we should be there very, very soon. And that guy's up and running. Something Germany. I think so. Yeah, it was very faint for me. I was hoping with Zoom on the phones, you guys would be able to see it better. Aaron Sphere, good morning. A Monster Mama, congratulations. Next up, let me just go back to my list and see if we have any pre-bids up here that I'm missing so we can try to focus on those. I do like to do those ones first. This is a set of 3 Nippon. Now you guys know Nippon is pre-1920s, pre-1924 to be exact. So these are antique. So you have a set of 3. They are all the same. I'm going to show you up close. Antique butter pats here. They have a little bit more of a dip to them, so a little more kind of like a bowl, like it goes down more so than what you're typically seeing. These are all hand painted, and they have they're like the browns and tan, very natural colors, and they are hand painted in Nippon. So early 1900s there. And you're going to get all 3 of them. So you get a matching set, and they're running right now. And Jonah, hopefully I said that right. Sonia, there you go. Thank you. With the first purchase. Thank you so much. Ducks in the chat, y'all, for a first purchase. I'm trying to remember. Ducks in the chat.
Thank you for your first purchase.
Let's see, what are we going to focus on next? We are going to do the candlestick holders. These are from my personal collection, and they glow. You know, the older the milk glass is, you will either see what they call the ring of fire, where if you hold it up to a light, you will see around the edges an orangish or a bluish ring, or they glow. No, I'm just going to put the light on them. So these are Westmoreland from my personal collection. I've had them for a while. They are so beautiful. I love the bottoms of them. Look at how pretty that bottom is. They do hold taper candles in there. And let me see if I can show you a little bit of that glow. There you go. You can see that. We do have quite a few other lights on, but you can see that green showing up on there. So you do know it is a little bit older milk glass. And we're going to go ahead and get those going. They are 5 inches tall. You're going to get both of them. And they're running right now. Westmoreland candlesticks. And Lisa with the first purchase. Ducks in the chat. And did you play our first purchase graphic? Because
Thank you.
I didn't see it. You didn't play it. I'm just gonna have to get on him.
Thank you for your first purchase.
I have a list a mile long, you guys, of things for him to do for our business. All right, how about an original hen on the nest? Look at this.
I only have 2 hands, you know. And I have way too many buttons to push, including yours.
Yes, he's pushing my buttons. All right, we have an Indiana hen on the nest. This is not a reproduction. This is not Temu. This is an original Indiana hen on the nest. I think I sold one last weekend, and I was explaining some of the characteristics to look for, so I'll run through very quickly. So if you're new to hens on the nest, some of the things to look for to make sure, check your text. I Love Discount says check your text. Some of the things to look for on the hens on the nest to make sure that they are original are very defined eyelids. The hens on the nest, the imports are going to be just more of a dot. You usually have a raised cheek mark right there. And then you'll also see the feathers going all the way up the neck, which indicates more of your original hens on the nest. And the base measures exactly 7 inches. So we have a 7-inch base. Okay, thank you. Thank you, I Love Discounts. So we do have a 7-inch base. Let me just look and see. We have a little flea bite right here. I don't know if you can see on the tip of my finger, a tiny little flea bite. Other than that, there's no other marks on that. a tiny bit of roughness, but nothing that's visual. I can just feel a little roughness with my finger around the rim. So we do have an Indiana original hen-on nest. We're going to change our timer a bit here. We're going to do 10 seconds, but let's go to a 5-second refresh. And it is up and running. Hen-on nest. Second hardest item to get after those bee boxes. And Nicole's with the first purchase.
Thank you for your first purchase.
Everybody put some ducks in the chat for Nicole. And let's do this one. I got excited about this. I got really excited about this item. My husband saw it and he's like, what's that? I'm like, you don't know what this is? This is amazing. If you collect hat pins, you need this item if you collect hat pins. How freaking cool is this? It is a pink depression glass hat pin holder. So it has all the little things you put your hat pins in there. How beautiful is that? I have seen so many that are porcelain. I have never seen a pink depression glass one. So yeah, it's depression glass. I got so excited. You do have your grape and leaf pattern, which is kind of typical for depression glass, but it's pink and it holds your hat pins. I just thought this was probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a while, and that's running right now. The small Lennox Swan did, but not the big one. We haven't got there yet, but we're about to. We're about halfway through, so we're moving along at a good pace this morning. Isn't this awesome? Ranchan Finds, what a great pickup. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think maybe it's a girl thing. I don't know, because my son works at the auction house that I buy a lot from, and he actually brings me my stuff once a week. I bid on the auctions, I win the ones I win, and then he brings it to me. And he brought that over, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what this is. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't know what this is? This is so cool. So, all right, let's do, this is probably, for your hat pins, awesome. This is probably the item, I've had this behind me for the last 2 days, and I have got more comments in my shows on this than I think than we've gotten on the topics of whatever we were talking about in the shows. So this is probably the hot ticket item today, is this double-headed crystal swan bowl here. Look at the beauty of this thing. You have your swan heads on either side that are frosted. Of course, you've got their wings there. Just absolutely stunning, whichever way you look at it. Beautiful, beautiful bowl. Let's see if I can pull it back and you can see it up close. It is from Mikasa. I can't even get the whole swan heads in there. Let's see. There we go. We get one swan head in there. It is 13 inches across, 5 inches tall, and that's running right now. Did your mom have this exact bowl growing up? Oh, how cool. I think it is stunning. Look at those swan heads. I mean, just how beautiful is this? I can't even fit it in the whole camera here. And Kelly Taylor, thank you, thank you. That is going to you.
Thank you.
This is the piece. I said so many comments the last few days. I'm running out of space on that other side. Let's do the Delft Butter Pats. Well, good morning to you too, and you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. So the Delft Butter Pats, I actually found. He's doing his hand motions, y'all. You know what he needs to do? He just needs to come off mute. I have no idea what you're saying. Yes, I saw that. You know what happens? I'm talking over here, and he's busy doing his stuff, and he's not listening. So when I answer a comment, he thinks I don't answer it. So then he's saying, did you answer this comment? Yes, I did.
I have a special filter for her.
He does. He just filters me out. All right. You guys get just like a front row seat to our marriage every morning. We actually do really love each other. We're very madly in love with each other. We have Delft Butter Pats, you guys. Delft. I mean, come on. Does not get any better for Butter Pats than Delft. Maybe Ironstone. Ironstone's pretty darn cool. All husbands do? Yeah, I think so. So you're going to get a set of 4. They are all matching. I will run through all 4 real quick so you can see that there's no chips or cracks. They are all marked there with the Delft mark. So that's number 1. Number 2. This is your 3rd one, and you will be getting it as a full set. And this is the 4th one. So all of them are marked. They are all butter pats. They are 2 and 3/4 inch diameter. And they're running right now. Let's see, there we get them in the middle of the screen. Thanks for the bids on those. I thought those ones were pretty neat too. Those were that like one of those unusual finds. Reese's Vintage Pieces, congratulations. Let's see, what are we going to go to? Let's do these picture frames. These are really cool. So when I listed these, I put these as vintage French style because I don't know the age on them. I'm sure they're vintage, but I don't know exactly where in the vintage world these are. But they do have a slight bubble to the glass, so you're going to get 2 of them. So they're brass frames. They do have a slight bubble. They've got the Victorian ladies in there. On the back of both of them, and I'll show you up close, they have felt on the back, and they do have little hangers, so you can hang them. They don't have the stand, so you can't sit them, but you can put, I had them in like a little plastic stand. I want to show them up close, and then we'll do from the top. So this is what they look like up close, and I'll turn it around for you. You can kind of see the slight bubble of the glass. It's not really big, but you can feel that there's a little bubble to it, and then that's your back. And then you get this beautiful, beautiful girl here. You're going to get both of them. We're going to run them together. They're so ornate, and they're just small enough to like fit in like that hard to fit spot, you know. I thought they were beautiful too. I got really excited when I found those ones. I'm geeky though. I get all excited about stuff like, oh, I can't wait to put this in the show. Tracy Face with the first purchase.
Thank you for your first purchase.
Ducks in the chat. All right, we were talking about these the other day. I was showing them during the show. We were talking about should these go together, should they go separate? Overwhelmingly, people said to put them separate, so we're doing these separate. We're going to start with the basket. And I'm going to be fully honest here. It does need a little bit of cleaning over here, probably with a Q-tip or something to get down in there. This is very delicate porcelain, so I was super careful when I was washing it. But it probably needs just a little bit more like detailed cleaning in there. I just didn't want to break it. I wanted to be very careful. But you have a basket here. This is a porcelain butterfly. No chips or cracks. You've got all your little porcelain flowers and leaves. And if we turn it around, you've got some more decorations there. And it looks like big leaves make that basket up. It is from, I can't read it, Mori Porcelain, I think is what that says. I can't read it. I think that's what that says right there. Mori Products. Yeah, Mori Masterpiece. Enesco. Enesco is who makes this. So you are going to get the basket. Let me show you on the inside. I love the porcelain butterfly. It is almost kind of lifelike sitting there. And that's running right now. It does, doesn't it? That butterfly just pops right out. It almost makes you think it's like really one sitting on there for a second when you first glance over at it. Southern Charm, congratulations. And then we have the piece that it was that, do we run them together? Do we run them separate? The one that caused all the debate. And it is very, very similar, but it is a trinket dish. Was it made the year you were born? Did it say on there?
Yes. 1970.
Oh, you're young. God, you make me feel old. I'm older than that, just a little bit older. Anyways, we have the complimentary piece here, but this one is a trinket dish. So you have the lid. Let's see if I can pull it down here so you can see it. You have the lid with that beautiful butterfly sitting on there. The same type of flowers. That is the inside of the lid. My hand's out of the way. And then you get the trinket dish part or the bowl part, and the same markings on the bottom. And we'll show that one from the top because this one looks really pretty from the top there. You feel very old? Yeah, some days. Let's see if we can, there you go. Some days I feel older than other days. Southern Charm, thank you so much. I did think about Southern Charm when I found these. She was on my mind when I had this because I do know how much she likes the butterflies. But butterflies are popular too. I mean, I always think of Southern Charm with butterflies, but they're just a popular decor. I don't know if you call it style or feature, but a lot of people like butterflies. All right, let's do the individual salt and pepper shakers. We have a pre-bid on those. So this is a whole set, and I can't vouch that these have never been used, but they appear to never have been used. So we have, this is Eales, Eales, E-A-L-E-S. They are not from 1779. That is like the company name or part of the brand name. But you get 8 of the individual salt and pepper shakers in the original box. So all 8. And of course you have that company name there. You get the beautiful box that it comes in. And I wonder if I can turn it over without, oh yeah, it's fine. They sit in there just fine. The box is even still in really great shape. So you get that whole set. I thought that was so pretty, even for display. If you don't want to use them, I thought it was a nice display. And that's running right now. Did your mother-in-law decorate with butterflies? They're very popular. My middle daughter is a big butterfly lover. Shalom, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me shut that so none of them fall out. I'm old. When I was born, the Dead Sea wasn't even sick. Oh my goodness.
Kind of the same era. I still met him alive.
All right, up next we have a botanical print. So I don't know if you guys have heard of Robert Ferber's 12 Months of Flowers. This is, what month is this? November. This is November. I have never heard of Robert Fuller, but when I looked it up, he seemed to be popular. So you know what? We put him in there in case you recognize it. It is a really neat botanical print. I'm pretty sure this is a wood frame. I had a hard time telling. It's, you know, when you're like, is that wood? Is it not? I'm going to lean towards wood. It feels like wood. The back of it has the holder, the nail thing to hang it up. Let me show you from the top. The frame itself is super ornate, very beautiful. Measures 9.5 by 7.5. That's the outside dimensions. And that's going right now. Is this a new graphic? So somebody's put that in the frame? It is a print of some sort. It's not like an original art piece. Oh, you Southern Charm. Oh, you're talking about my husband's graphic. Oh. Y'all, you could just put stuff in the chat and see how long it takes me to like actually catch on. This could be a new game. How many things can we like go over Tracy's head? We could just keep count during shows. Melissa, thank you so much. That is heading to you.
Thank you.
Look, anybody who's a seller here, they know the struggle. Y'all, all of you who are sellers, you know how it is. You're up here, you're trying to do all the things, right? So I don't feel bad. Let's do is this our last set of butter pats? Yeah, we have one singular. This is the last set of 4 butter pats. That's why you love me so much, because I'm a little blonde, right? But we're good. Okay. We have another set of butter pats here in a silver plated napkin holder. So this is like a vintage MCM kind of style napkin holder. Let me show you the butter pats because we do have one that's nice and stained. Oh, this is a gorgeous stained up one. Look at how stained and crazy that is. Is that not beautiful? These are thick, chunky ones. These are the same ones that we had earlier, that Stonier, I forget the first name of it, but that's your maker's mark on that one. And all of these ones are the same. And we're just going to go run through. Since we only have 4, we're going to make sure we show you all 4 so you know exactly what you're going to be bidding on. And then, is there a chip on this one, my husband just said? No, it's not a chip, it's staining. On the side, hold on, he's saying there's a chip on the center. Nope, that's the way it's made. That's not a chip, that is in the make. And there you go. So you're going to get all 4, and then you have your napkin holder, which is MCM. I actually bought all of these separate and then just kind of put them together. And I love the way these fit. These just slide down in there just perfect. Just like that. And that's running right now. And you can pick it up, and they actually stay in there pretty well. I mean, I wouldn't swing it around, but they actually fit and just kind of settle right down into the holder. And Crick and Nick's favorites. Thank you so much. I think I saw this on like Pinterest or TikTok or something where they're putting the butter pats in napkin holders. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that. And so I started looking every time I went shopping. I'm like, oh, where can I find the pieces to make that happen? Well, let's do this Delft plate. If you are doing a gallery wall, especially if you have the blue and white, this is a Delft, original Delft plate. 9 3/4 inch diameter. It is in great condition. You've got your classic windmill. And on the back you have your Delft marks on there. And that's going to run right now, up and going. Beautiful Delft with your markings on the back. You even have the holes if you want to hang it up for your plate wall. Royalty cup, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let me run back to the top, just see if there's any pre-bids I'm missing from the top, and then we're gonna focus on those. Let's do this compact. So this compact has a call out, which I will show you, but it's probably my favorite compact because it's like, it's blingy. I mean, you gotta have some bling. So we're gonna look at it up close. I'm not sure who makes it. We'll see if we can find a maker's mark, but you've got all these blingy flowers on there. The call out is that there is one bling missing there in the corner, and it opens up. So whatever was here where it held like the powder or something is gone. The mirror is just dusty, still in great shape though. I don't see a maker's mark, like I can't tell you who made this. That is the bottom of it. It does snap shut. And we're going to go ahead and get that going. And that's running right now. I love the glitter. I love the sparkle on there. I'm pretty plain. I'm a pretty plain Jane, not super sparkly, but I do love some sparkle. I just don't incorporate it as much as I probably could. Thanks for your bids. If you guys know who the maker is, feel free to throw it in there. I had no clue. Compacts are not something I know a lot of information on. Kelly Taylor, congratulations. And let's do the other one. This is a Harriet Huber Ayers compact. So this one has a little surprise that I didn't list because I didn't even know it existed until my husband went to put it up here. And he's like, hey, did you know it did this? So let's see if I can make this work. So let's show you up close first of all. There is some like sticker residue. So this is the top of it. And then there's your bottom. Let's see if I can, this one was a little, so it opens like this. Your mirror is still really good shape. There's your brand right there. So it says that Harriet Huber. I had to use the zoom on my phone to see that. And then let's see if I can get this to work.
The other way.
The other way? It also pops open like that. How cool is that? So I guess that the powder would go in there, but then that would keep the mirror nice and clean. So I thought that was just a really neat feature. I had no clue it did that. And it does everything snap shut the way it's supposed to. And that's running right now. So we will close it back nice and tight. Thanks for the bids. I have one more compact too. That's coming up pretty soon. Melissa, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's do our butterfly bowl. We're getting to that other Lennox Swan very quickly here. Let's see, how far down is it? Oh man, it's moving down there. Let's go ahead and run it. I know a lot of people are hanging out. We won't keep you waiting forever. Let's run this big guy. She's beautiful. See, look at this, like a baby. Like, hold this like a baby. Look at this. Perfect condition. I wasn't able to find any flea bites, chips, cracks on this guy. Just beautiful condition. Look at that elegant neck. The beak is fine. And it is your blue stamp again. So it is your collectible blue stamp swan. The measurements. Good morning, Kate. 11 inches long, 8.5 to the top of that head right there. We're going to put her like that. And it is running right now. You need it for your daughter's wedding. Well, there you go. Let's see. We're going to try to see if we can. Nope, this way. There it goes. Look at how beautiful she is. Stunning swan. And Emily, congratulations. Was that a first purchase? I didn't see. If anybody saw, I couldn't check my computer fast enough. We're going to put this over here.
Thank you for your first purchase.
Thank you so much. Yes, Southern Charm, I agree. All right, let's do, okay, talk about butterflies. Today is the day of swans and butterflies, you guys. This, I don't know who makes this cake stand, and I did put in there is some paint where little nicks on it. That was beautiful, wasn't it? That was a gorgeous one. This cake stand is awesome, though. Let me show you. So you have a cake stand. Think about if you sell jewelry or anything like that, or you just want something pretty for the summertime. Look at that. Is that not stunning? I missed a piece of tape on the bottom. I'll make sure the tape comes off before I send it. Now, around the edges, there are some nicks. You can see some of the white spots around the very edges on the top and the bottom. That is the call outs just around you. It's like somebody's banged it into something. They're not big chunks. They're just little nicks going around there. Absolutely gorgeous cake stand. 10.5-inch diameter. Look at how pretty that is. I don't know if it's hand painted. I would guess it is. I don't know for sure, but it's very reminiscent of something that somebody designed. Do I need no? Do I want yes? That is Whatnot. You have summed up Whatnot right there in the two most simplest sentences. That is like every show I go into. Probably the reason I spend a lot of time in community. And Southern Charm, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's see. I'm going all out of order. We're going down to the bottom here. Oh, I grabbed that Mother's Day egg. Okay, we'll grab that one in a second. Let's do this vase. Now, this is a really neat one, a frosted vase. Difference between neat and one. That's it. One swipe, right? This one supposedly was Sea Life. When I looked it up, it said it was Sea Life. It looks tropical to me. I'm not getting Sea Life from this. And there is a chip on there, I'm just noticing. So I will show that one up close. But we have this gorgeous frosted vase. Let's look at up close and see what you guys think. To me, they look like tropical birds. It is very Art Deco-y, though. Would you switch the camera for me, mister? He's typing. He's typing away, not paying attention to me. Yes, no, maybe. One of these days. Thank you. So I think it's tropical. But when I looked it up, it said Sea Life. I don't know. That kind of looks mermaidish and shell, but it looks like birds to me. It could be whatever you want. Art Deco is kind of up for interpretation a bit. And I did just find, where was it? I just felt it on the base. Hold on, we're getting there. right here on the base. There is a little chippy right there. And this is 8 inches tall, running right now. You think it's koi fish. Okay, so the sea type thing, that would make sense. You think koi fish? Maybe. It kind of looks like a fish tail, huh? Good morning. How are you? Kelly Taylor, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at, I don't know if I'm going to get this whole thing in the camera, but I'm going to show you as much as I can. So this is a hand crocheted tablecloth, and it comes in the original packaging. So I'll put it back in here before I send it. This was the original packaging. This is how I got it. Originally bought at Macy's. All of the information that I put in here came from the label here. So that will come with it. But look at, I'm going to hold it up. You might as well put the camera on me because this is too big. So the measurements are based on what was in the packaging. Absolutely beautiful. You can see the edges there. It is in great shape. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. You could probably even use this on the edge of a bed, like along the end of it, if you didn't want to use it as a tablecloth. And good smell to it. It's not granny smell, which that's always a concern of mine. And that is running right now. I did open it up. It is great. It's just there's no way. It's so big. I don't even think my arms are tall enough to hold the whole thing up for you.
I don't know about you, but my granny smelled pretty good.
Okay, well, you know what I mean by the granny smell. That's always a concern when I buy anything cloth. Thank you so much. 10 Mile Studio, that's going to you. We're going to put this right back down here.
Thank you.
So it's safe. All right. Does anybody else know the granny smell, you know? you were chuckling there too. Okay.
I do. I used to kiss her on the forehead all the time. She smelled pretty good.
All right, this one, I got an actual request for this last night. And I'm like, I can't sell it last night. I was in our show. I'm like, it's for today. So I had one of these last week too. That's it. Mothballs is the granny smell. Exactly. And Ben Gay, oh my gosh, yes. So this is a little cheese or butter dish. It has the little etching of the leaves on there. And I just added inside a miniature teacup. And what does it say on there? God bless our home and saucer. You could put anything you want in there. I just thought it looked cute with the little teacup inside of there. And fun little vignette. Very simple one at that. And that is running right now. You could put a Wade. It's about the right size. Put a Wade Whimsy or maybe some florals. Just like a couple little dried flowers or something in there would be pretty for a decor piece. Or butter. You could put butter. Shalom. Thank you, thank you. You could actually use it for its intended purposes. That's always an option. Let's do the Victorian style mantle ewer. I think ewer is such a weird word. Am I alone in that? Just the word ewer. Do you ever use this in real life, that word? I don't.
That's a great name. Stuck in the past.
And put it on your butter pad. There you go. All right, so I did put in the description that the top is off center, and we'll show you why. So this is Victorian style. It is a reproduction. It is not like Victorian era old. It is vintage, but not that old. We do have some floral on here. We'll show you from the side. So really pretty floral. You've got your gold. The top, though, is just, look at it, it's just a little wonky, just a little off center. So that was the call out. Other than that, it's in great shape. And that's running right now. I love the gold. The gold is classic. You're off center too. I think there's a lot of us that may just be a little off center. Thanks for the bids.
Pete, like they saying in Louisiana, I walk a little cattywampus.
Aesthetic Antiques. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
You say cattywampus reminds me of Chattywampus, which is a user on the app. Here's another Wedgwood piece. Now this is Queensware instead of Jasperware. Pedestal. And you know, I am on this kick. You guys are probably like, Tracy, quit saying this, but I'm totally on this kick of using pedestal stuff for jewelry. Offset, Tipsy, not so much.
Jody, Tipsy is just to offset the offset.
All right, so we have Queensware, footed compote. You have your beautiful blue and white. So I like that it's reversed, where you have your color is the decor versus it's usually white. So I like the reversed look of that. You've got your Wedgwood Queensware mark there on the bottom. Does stand about 4 inches. Did I measure that right? Is that really 4 inches tall? Yeah, it's about 4 inches tall. 6.5 inch in diameter. Has a little bit of dip there in the bowl, so. And that's running right now. Off center in the AM, Tipsy in the PM. There you go. It just matters what time of day we get caught. Kelly, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's do, oh, you guys, I'm going to hate myself for having to ship this, but I could not, I couldn't ignore this. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous piece here. It is heavy and beautiful. It will be taken apart when I ship it, so it doesn't break, because I made a mistake when I was a new seller and I had something similar to this and I didn't take it apart. And of course, you know what happens? The whole top broke off, so it will come apart. But look at this. This is so beautiful. 2 hands. This measures 12 inches along the bottom. Absolutely beautiful 2-tiered tray. Beautiful, beautiful piece.
And right after she ships it, she's going to say, I'm never going to buy anything big again.
I will. I do this all the time. I buy it. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to bring this to Whatnot.
Until
and then I
next
ship
show.
it. Yep. And then I'm like, never again. And then I do it again the next week. So we're going to go ahead and run this. It is up and going right now. Oh, you got to give me a warning. I need lights. I need lights like going to camera 2, going to camera 4. I need some warning, mister. It is hard when you're sourcing because I want to bring everything. I do usually stick in my lane. I do usually have like sourcing like parameters that I stay in. Here's where I get in trouble though. This is absolutely every time I get in trouble. Eva Loren with the first purchase.
Thank you for your first purchase.
Congratulations. Eva Loren, hopefully I'm saying that right, reminds me my daughter is Zoe Sophia, and we call her all the time. I call her Sophia Loren after Sophia Loren, but that just made me think of that when I saw your name. The problem I get into when I'm sourcing in person, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty strict about my rules, but when I'm buying at auction and I'm just looking at like the screen, measurements in my head just do not compute. I can see. He's reminding me about a bread box. I can see it'll say like 14 inches across, and in my head, even though I know I'm smart enough to know 14 is bigger than a 12 by 12 box, I will still buy that dang thing every single time because for some reason I think it's smaller. The internet is laggy. Oh no, you have a plate you have a plate that matches that. Oh, that's going to be amazing. You do that too, Pete and Repeat. I know logically that it doesn't fit, but I still buy it.
Anybody's experiencing some issues with the video and the sound?
Yeah, if it's laggy for other people, let me know so we can see if there's something we can fix on our side. You're good? All right. We have a tea set here. So I bought this thinking it was a vanity set. I was wrong. When I did Google Lens it said it was a tea service set. So you can use it in whatever way you want. Nothing crazy. Okay. But you're going to get all these pieces. You get like a little open trinket jar here, our condiment jar, a candlestick holder. These are all porcelain pieces. And then you have 2 of these like little trinket dishes or condiment jars that go with it. Jars, dishes. And then of course you get the beautiful tray. And they are all porcelain pieces. They are unmarked, so I do not know the maker on it. I think it would make a great vanity set. That's what I thought it was. And of course, look at, there's butterflies. We got a theme going today. And all of that is up and running. You're going to get the whole set, all of those pieces together. I would use it. I would put it like on a vanity somewhere with the Q-tips and stuff. Pete and repeat. Congratulations. Let's go to the Currier knives. So we have a 3-piece set here. These were 3 pieces that I have had from a much larger set that took me a while to sell. But we have 3 pieces. You're going to get the big old bowl. It is Currier knives. It is in great shape. And you're going to get 2 of the Steamboat Currier knives saucers. They're not marked, but they are the same Currier knives. So you're going to get all 3 pieces. Let's see. Hopefully they're not going to bang. Let's see. Okay. I thought they were going to slide and bang. So we're going to run that. All 3. Going now for $1. Mile Studio, congratulations. You guys, I don't know if you're noticing, maybe I shouldn't point it out. Every time he does the top camera, if he's back far enough, my fuzzy pink slippers are getting in the scene. I'm all stylish today. I got blue jeans and big old fuzzy pink slippers on. Because I'm like, nobody will see my feet. You can't see that? Well, now you know. Now you know I got fuzzy pink slippers. We have one more hat pin holder today. This one is this a Nippon? It is. Hand-painted Nippon. It is perfect Saturday morning attire, exactly. We're about to do yard work. After the show, it is all yard work today. And my daughter never showed up for shipping. I'm going to have to she's going to get in trouble. Today is her first official day of summer break, so she's thinking she's going to sleep in. Yeah, there's going to be consequences. All right, so it says hand-painted Nippon. Beautiful porcelain. This is a hat pin holder, so you have your holes at the top to put your hat pins in. We'll show you that design up close and personal. There you go. Beautiful Nippon. Hat pin holder. There's your marking on the bottom. And then your hat pin, your holes on the top for your hat pins. That's about 5 inches tall. And that is running right now. No new books for her, that's right. I mean, she works hard, but she's not getting paid, and she made good money. Last week, she made $105 helping me ship. I'm like, that's not bad money when you're 15 years old, working for a few hours on a Saturday morning. Grammy G, congratulations. I wish somebody was paying me that kind of money when I was 15. Let's see here. Oh, let's do this one. So you can ship for me. I know. Normally I don't give a lot of dollar stuff. This is one of those things that I think is kind of transparency. It doesn't bother me. But I pay her $15 an hour. I think that's pretty fair pay for a 15-year-old to get $15 an hour to help me ship.
So then, Tron, remember that house 2 doors down?
So yeah, look, you guys agree, $15 an hour is pretty good. I mean, that's a little more than what she's going to make if she goes to a fast food place. So, make a long commute for Tim. It would. All right, we have gorgeous, gorgeous cranberry etched glass rose bowl here. You have all of your etching going around the edges. This is so beautiful. You've got that ruffled top up there. This is just a stunning piece. It is that very fine, kind of delicate glass, not that thick and heavy, substantial glass. You made 50 cents when you were 8 years old. Oh my goodness. This one's up and running. You pay your 15-year-old son $13 an hour. So yeah, I mean, it's in the same ballpark. Oh, Monster Mama, congratulations. This is such a beautiful piece here.
Thank you.
And not only that, your for $3.30, I think mine was Pete and Repeat. Mine was probably around there too. My first job, my mother was a secretary, and she got it so I would go and do filing for them. That was my first job. And I think I made, I know, $4 or $5 an hour, somewhere in there, like under the table on the side, just to go and do filing at an office. That was my very, very first job. When I was about 13, 14, somewhere in that age. All right, let's do this bowl here. This is a crystal one. Look how beautiful this is. I looked at it and I'm like, is that Christmassy? Is that Valentine's? And then I'm like, no, I think this is year round. I think this is just a gorgeous piece. So we have the 3-footed, obviously the better because it has 3 feet. And then you've got your beautiful roses with that red coloring going all the way around. It is crystal. Let's see if we can hear it. Yep, it's giving that good ting. And that's running right now. Ever heard of sub-minimum? Sub-minimum, yeah, below minimum wage, exactly. Shalom, thank you. And let's do the ceramic box. So this is a really neat ceramic jewelry box. I do want to point this out. I think this is in the making, but first of all, let me hold it up so you can see. Look at that, is all ceramic. That is a nice, heavy ceramic box, painted on every single side, painted on the top. But I want to show you this up close. I didn't put it in the description because I think it's made this way. So can you switch over to this camera so I can show this up close? So you see this, I can't really feel it. I think it's in the way it was glazed. So it's not a chip, but I just think it's in the way it was glazed. So if there is a call out, that would be the closest thing to it. Hold on, my husband says there is a little, he says he saw a little chippy. Let me see, I'm not seeing it. Hold on. Oh, right here, we have a scratch. Okay, let me show you this one. So there is a little bit of a roughness right there. All right, so that's the call outs. This is the bottom of it. I want you to see it is substantial. You could probably use this bottom as just a planter if you wanted, but it is such a thick piece of ceramic. It is beautifully painted. And it is 8.5 inches by 4 and 4. Thank you for your bids. I don't know about you guys. It gives me a little bit of like an Oriental Asian type feel to it. I like it. Very romantic. And Lisa, congratulations. That's a two-hander. You got to pick that up with 2 hands. Let's do the other butter pat. So this is a lane. I'm almost saying lane end butter pat. It's our last butter pat of the day. I'll hold it down here so you can see it. And this is so pretty. So lane end makes sense. I got to say that slow because it looks like where the lane ends. You've got that gorgeous print on there, 3 inches in diameter. There's your back of it. So this one's probably a tad bit newer than some of the other ones that we were seeing, but it is official butter pat size. And we're going to go ahead and get that going right now. And that's up and running. Thanks for your bids. I think the picture on this one, it looks quaint. Doesn't it look like an old English village? Ranch Hand Finds, congratulations. We are getting close to the end here. We've got a few more things to go. I'm just going to swipe all the way back up to the top of the list, and we're just going to work down these last 10 or so items. So this is a Lenox bowl, but I haven't seen one like this. I thought this was really neat because there's almost like a contrast here. So you have your floral and you can feel it. It's almost like it's applied on there, and some of it is unglazed. So let me show you up close, and it gives it a really neat contrast. Have a great day, Ranchan Finds. Thank you for hanging out this morning. So let's take a look up close. And you can see some of it is like unglazed. So the feel is kind of neat, but it gives it a really unique look to it. And this is a Lenox piece. I was very surprised. So a little bit different than some of the Lenox that we're used to seeing. So you can see your Lenox mark there. We're going to go ahead and run that. 6 inches in diameter. Just really beautiful for your summertime table. I love the floral on that one. I think that one's so pretty. Thanks for your bids. So what kind of big plans do you guys have this weekend? Anything fun? Is anybody sourcing? I wish I was sourcing. I've got to do yard work today. Kelly Taylor, congratulations. Our yard is
Thank you.
that yard that's on the verge of like the homeowners association telling us to do something about it. We are right there. I have pavers in the back, and I have so many weeds growing out of the pavers, it's not even funny. So that is going to be the whole rest of my day, is yard work, which I do not like the outside yard work at all. All right, another butterfly item. This is one of those porcelain and brass bowls. So you have your brass all the way around the outside, and then of course the inside bowl part is porcelain. You have a hanger here. You can hang this on the wall. Let me show you from the top because it's so pretty. You've got your 2 little butterflies in there. It's a 5-inch diameter. I don't like the outside yard work. And this is up and running right now. Beautiful brass and porcelain bowl. And you can hang it on your wall. So you can pop this up onto your gallery wall. Shalom. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You love yard work? Well, come to my house. All right, we have the last compact that we have today. This is from Wisconsin because everybody needs a compact from Wisconsin. Like, don't we all? Let me show you up close. It's probably some type of commemorative one. So we have Wisconsin on there. My son is calling and calling and calling. He knows I'm doing a show. So we have Wisconsin on there. I will open it up. It still has, this is the one I put in there. The mirror is loose. The mirror is in one piece, but it is loose, so you'll need a little piece of glue to attach that back in there. It comes with the little fluff, and no powder in there, but it comes with your little fluff. And it does shut nice and tight. There's your bottom. A Wisconsin compact. I wonder, was it back in the day you would go to different states, instead of like a coffee mug with the state, you would buy a makeup compact from the state? I'm not too sure. I have never seen a compact with a state like commemorative thing on there. 10 Mile Studio, thank you so much. And okay, you guys, this is a tiny little thing, but it holds a big punch. This is really neat. This is a vintage 1908, over 100 years old, Arm & Hammer collectible card. All of you like those Thriftworks cards, right? Y'all guys got your trading cards. This is like original, early 1900s trading card. How cool is that? Okay, hold on. He wants me to grab the stand. We're going to put it up here for you to see it. Of course, it has a swan on it. Let me, all right. There we go. Let's see if we can tilt it away from the light. Look at that. Arm & Hammer collectible trading card from 1908. It is from their new Bird series. On the back, I know it's going to be too little to read, but it has all the cool information. You can take it out of the sleeve. I'm just not taking it out. We're going to keep it nice. And we're going to go ahead and run that. Original trading card. I'm going to turn it back so you can see that beautiful swan. Think about if you like put that in a frame or something. That would be so cool. And Kelly Taylor, that is heading to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do we have going on next? How about our final butterfly item of the day? This is a set of 2 pieces. So you're going to get the saucer and the trinket dish. So we have a saucer. Who makes this? Avon. So this is, oh, it says it right there. I put it in the title. I could have just read, right? Avon, little saucer. And look at that, the fan-shaped trinket dish. It is in great condition. You get both pieces. Nothing wrong with it. So you get a little set going on there. And
Good
of
morning,
course,
Natural. Say hi.
good morning. Of course it has butterflies because we're about swans and butterflies today. And that set is up and running. It is Avon, so vintage Avon. And think about this, you get Avon and you don't even have to dump out the stinky cologne. That's kind of cool. Y'all gotta tell me, do you guys, some of the Avon bottles I love them. I love the shape. Shalom, thank you. I love the shape of some of the Avon perfume bottles, but I refuse to buy them because I cannot stand dumping out the cologne or the perfume
Thank
that's in
you.
them. I'm like gagging the whole time I'm doing it. So, okay. We're gonna look at this picture. Somebody told me, yeah, I can't handle the smell at all. And then it like permeates in the house. Like I'll empty it in the basement and I swear I smell that smell for like the next 3 weeks. Last week, somebody told me how to say this. Let's see if I can get it right. We had another picture. Godinger? I'm going to mess it up again. Let's just say Tracy doesn't know how to say it. But look at how classic this picture is. This is beautiful. Put florals in there. Actually use it as a picture. It's fully glazed, fully usable as a picture. It is, I'm going to say Godinger and Company. I know I'm slaughtering it, but it is a stunning picture. We're going to run it 9 inches tall, so it's a great size. Very classic, clean lines on there. Has an elegance about it that just kind of elevates it a little bit. That would look great up on a bookcase. Put that in like a library type setting would be stunning. And Kelly, thank you so much. That is going to go to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right. This bowl. Good morning. Thank you. I hope you have an awesome day too. I have had this bowl for a while. I haven't brought it to a show. I've been just waiting for the right show. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. We're going to ship this big old bowl. This is absolutely stunning. So you have your Fostoria. This is a Fostoria bowl. It is a salad bowl, but of course you can use it for anything. And look at this. This reminds me of orchids. I don't know if they're really orchids or not. That's what it reminds me of. It was, wasn't it? Good morning, Brittany. So they remind me of orchids, and I'm a little partial to orchids because I have a huge tattoo of orchids. So that's what this bowl reminded me of. Okay, he's pointing at the screen. What is it that you need me to see, my love? Oh, I don't know what he's doing. He's doing all this hand motions over there. Anyways, check out how gorgeous this is. You can actually feel it. Nice glass bowl. That is my inventory sticker that will come off before it gets sent to you. But this is beautiful. 10 inches in diameter. Think about all the things you can use this bowl for. You can even like roll up towels in there. You can fill this with some of what Liz likes soaps in your bathroom. That would be really pretty. Just saying, I need to hook up with soap people. All right, you guys, I am so sorry. My son has called like 20 times. There must be something going on. I have to answer very quickly. Hello? Thank you so much, Southern Charm. I got distracted there. You guys know, do you guys have adult kids or teenage kids and they call you and you're like, I'm busy. You can leave a message. And then they call over and over and over and over and over. It has been nonstop. That's probably like the 20th phone call in a row. So I got a little worried that maybe something was wrong. I don't know. He's fine. He's coming over to help me with the yard work today, so I think he's sitting outside. But we're getting close to wrapping up, so we're good. I'm going to finish my show. We have this platter. This is another one of Tracy. Why are you shipping this? But I'm going to do it anyways. Is this the Indian tree? Yes, Indian tree, which is such a classic, beautiful design. Yeah, that's right. We're going to rope them into shipping. Look at this Indian tree platter. Look at how big this is. What did I put in there? 16 inches by 12 inches. Indian platter, Indian tree, Woods and Sun. That's where is it on this side? The Woods and Sun mark right there. Gorgeous, gorgeous platter. I don't even think it's going to fit in the camera. Noelle says turn it like this. We'll be able to see it. This is probably going to ship alone in one box, but you're only going to pay $4.50 and you can get a gorgeous platter, and Shalom is going to walk away with a steal here. Beautiful platter. I absolutely love this design. And Shalom, congratulations. Why is my label not printing? There we go. All right. And then our very last item is this Avon egg, you guys. I need to go and grab it because it got left over from my Monday, Wednesday show. Oh, is it right there? Oh, there it is. Great. Did you grab it for me already? Look at that. My husband went and grabbed it for us. I had this in my Monday, Wednesday, and honestly didn't realize that I left it in for this one, but I'm totally cool with that. So we have an Avon egg. It is a trinket dish. So it comes into two pieces. On the bottom, it says Avon Mother's Day, 1977, and it says that right there on the bottom. It's in wonderful condition. Let's see if I put it on the right way. And we're going to go ahead and run that one. And that's up and going right now. See if I can show you that Avon Mother's Day, 1977. Absolutely. So you guys, Shalom, who you saw, Ritz Warehouse with the first purchase. Congratulations.
Thank you for your first
Everybody
purchase.
throw some ducks in the chat. And while we're throwing ducks in there, I do want to tell you guys, Shalom, who you saw just the time before, go ahead and tag yourself. Say hi or something, Shalom, so people can click on your name. Shalom and Grammy G 555, can't remember the numbers. Sorry, Grammy G. Run a new seller raid train. So they are 55502. Thank you. I was close. I was getting there. They run a new seller surge raid train. It's the Surge to 1K. If you are interested, they are looking for raiders. They are looking for people that maybe have a little bit of time on the app, a little bit established. You do a 15-minute spot and you raid into a new person. It's a great way to be part of the community and show support for newer sellers. There it is right there. If you guys are interested in being a raider on this train, or if you are a new seller and maybe they have spots coming up in future trains, please reach out to them. Both of them are in the chat there, so you can click on them and send them a message straight to them to get on that train. But I do know that they are looking for raiders for their next coming up train. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to all of you and thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for making this such a wonderful show. I really appreciate it. We're going to go find somebody to raid. My husband was supposed to check. I bet you he didn't find me somebody. But I want you guys to have a great weekend. Don't forget tomorrow's Battle of the Best. Southern Charm has that 1920s Hamilton stopwatch. I have a Wedgwood brooch for you, and there's going to be about 60 other sellers with amazing items. So don't miss Battle of the Best tomorrow. And with that, are you doing the raid? He's got the raid, so let's just see who he picks. I have no idea where we're going. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a really good weekend. And who are we going to go see? Be more thrifty. All right. Let's head on over there. Y'all put some ducks in the chat when we get there. Show them a nice